So I'm not sure my listeners know this, but one of my favorite things to do is to go to the movies. And apparently, this is why I like my producer Charlotte so much because she also loves to go to the theater. And Charlotte, I have some very good news for you today. They are opening back up in New York City, where you
Yay!
are. Yes, exactly. That is a big yay because Governor Cuomo announcing that this week movie theaters are going to open up. And in response, there was also some good stock market news. AMC shares soared 17.7%, which of course is good news because they were going to be filing bankruptcy potentially. So here's the big question for you, Charlotte. You and I both love to go to the theaters. And just full disclosure, I go so I can eat popcorn with butter. I mean, that is ultimately the main reason that I go to the theater. So will anyone else be going to the theater?
I mean, that's a good question. They're taking all of these measures to try to make it safe as part of the opening up theaters in New York City on March 5th. They will have to be socially distanced. They're only allowed 25% maximum capacity, no more than 50 people per screening. Masks are, of course, mandatory. And actually, there'll be assigned seating to make sure people are far enough away from one another.
Oh, I kind of like that because especially, well, back in the olden days when every seat was taken sometimes in New York with, big releases, that was always a problem. And I kind of like the assigned seating thing. And I kind of like it now because you know that you'll be distanced from people if in fact you do go.
Yeah, which is good. I do remember when I was younger, I so badly wanted to see a movie with Adrian Brody in it that I dragged my then boyfriend, who was not interested at all in Adrian Brody, and I made him sit on the floor
What?
in the movie theater.
Charlotte, what a bad girlfriend. No, just kidding.
Oh, whatever.
Yeah, whatever. Oh, the worst is when you also get into the front row and then you're like this. I went to see Gone Girl by myself, which was a mistake because it was so damn scary. But really wanted to see it. And, actually living in New York City is the first time that I went to the movie theater by myself because nobody gives a you know what. Nobody cares. But like everywhere else around the country, I have found from experience in living at a lot of places, it's weird if you go to the movies by yourself. But I don't feel that way at all anymore because I just did it all the time in New York and I continue to do it where I live now on the East Coast. So do you go to the
I
movies by
mean,
yourself?
all the time. When movie theaters were open, I'm not joking. I would go to the movies by myself 3 or 4 times a week.
Oh my gosh.
And I would go to the movies by myself while traveling. I'd be like in a foreign country and go see the beautiful museums and this, that, and I would go to the movies by myself. It's like a reset. It's like a sanctuary for I love being in the movies. So that's actually among the things that I've been most sad about is the movie theaters being closed.
Me too. Me too. And so I am sort of looking forward to this. I don't. It turns out too that my state is doing pretty well with distributing the vaccine, so I might actually be up for it relatively soon. And so I think I'd feel better if I was vaccinated at least once. But if you're going to be social distanced, what's the difference between that and going to the grocery store?